Hey all. So today I wanted to talk about a small issue I think every ServiceNow developer had in their career when there's a time when you need to update something production and you get a huge query which returns huge number of records and you don't know how to do that efficiently and do not basically break production instance. Yeah, so I think this session is for you then. So uh, I have built a small module which is useful for doing such batch job operations. I have called it batch jobs. So what it basically does, it uses the out-of-the-box ServiceNow events engine and script actions, which can perform any number of operations basically whenever you want, because it doesn't take the main thread and doesn't stop you from doing something else. And ServiceNow just picks it up whenever it wants to and whenever it can to update those records. Yeah, so here you can see the table. We need some basic fields here. We need to choose a table for which we are going to do the operation. We need to limit the number of operations per batch. So this means that if you let's say have 1,000 records to update, you can split these into 1,000 records per batch. Yeah. Then we have event name, as this will be using event machine. You need to define an event for this table. Then we are using encoded query. This is just a condition based on the table you select. Then we have operation. Currently I have update and delete. This could be extended into something else, like run your custom script on the records. Yeah, so I think it's pretty useful. So number field name is used for dynamically setting the number field name based on the table you select. So in our case, if we are going to choose, let's say, batch jobs table, it would be U number. Then we have parameters. Here I have made a simple string field, and what we're looking for is a JSON string. So in here you would add a JSON string which represents the fields you want to update. Yeah. Then I have some batch log logging, which is always useful. And last edit record is required for number field name to know which record was the last from the previous execution. Yeah, that's it. Now let's move on to the coding. So as mentioned before, all this logic will be using events and basically a synchronous way of doing things on ServiceNow. And the main takeaway here is that event will call a script action, and that script action will call itself again until all batch jobs are finished. Okay, so what we need. Here you see event registry. I have created an event. We're using batch jobs table for it, nothing else to save it. Then we have business rule. It's running after insert, also on batch jobs table, and it does simple thing. It just queues an event. So you need an event name, current glide record of the batch jobs, current limit per batch from the form, and 0 as a starting number, which basically means current number. Okay, let's go through this script action with some comments regarding it. So we have a function, and we initialize some fields. This is a number field, name of the field that represents number. It can be found on system definition number maintenance. So I'm talking about the incrementing number field, which every task-based table have basically. Then we have a JSON string that will contain field value pairs for updates needed for the update operation. So as you remember, it's on the form. Then we of course have event name, table name, query. We initialize a glide record based on the table name. We set some limit, current number. We set some defaults. We set the limit. That would be, for a single batch job, how many records will be updated. Then we have then we use add encoded query, of course. Then we order by against number field to put records in an ascending way. And if we have a last record defined, which means that this is not the first iteration of the batch job, we add an additional query that checks if that number field is higher than last record. And basically what it says is that the job will begin from this number. Then if we don't have any records, we just put some logging and return. And if we have records, then we see which kind of operation we need to do. So let's say in our case, if we go with update, we have a simple loop to update the field values from the JSON string, and we need to set the last edited record to have a reference. And that's it. We increment the current number and the loop continues. After this loop, we can log some process on the form, and this is an important step to do current.update, which updates the batch jobs record to have last record saved, and some logging also saved. So here we have a last line, which is event queue again. So what it does is basically triggers this event once again with some new parameters. And what ServiceNow does, it picks up new event and runs this script action again with the new values passed. And this is done each time until all records are processed and batch jobs are completed. Okay, now let's move on to the demo. So here we have our case. Let's pick up incident table, limit per batch, say it's 20, event name, we need to select the one I have, and then go to query. Let's say opened by is system administrator, operational date, number field, we should select number field. In our case it's number, parameters. Okay, let's write simple JSON string. We should write short description. First demo. And that's it. We save this record and see what happens. So currently the event processor should be working, and it's picking up records as we speak, and you can already see that we have some kind of logging appearing on the form. And if I now go to incident list, I should ideally see, yes, I should ideally see some incidents that are updated. So let's say by system administrator, and we have 21 records, and all of them have first demo as short description. So it worked. And if we get back to form, we see that batch job completed with 21 record totals. So I hope you liked this video, and you will no longer be afraid of running huge operations in production with this tiny module. Next time I'm planning to extend this a bit to accommodate, let's say, custom scripts that could be run against records. So stay tuned, and thank you for watching.